with the manager. It doesn't matter who you put into this team, it's still the same old stuff. This is not consistent. I told you it's not consistent to get set pieces, and today we didn't get no set piece goals. I told you also, we can't keep relying on individual brilliance and individuals to win us the game. We are not playing consistently well at all. That first half, you think if we play, this is what I keep saying. We've had games this season where we play good for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. When are we playing good for 90 minutes? Do you think if we play the way that we played against Sunderland, yeah, the way we played against Sunderland that first half, you think against what? We got Bayern Munich coming up. Do you think they're going to let us get back into the game? Playing like that? You think they're going to let us get back into the game? All Bayern has seen this season is win, 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 win. Defend the way that we defended in the first half, yeah, and the way we defended for the last 10, 15 minutes of that second half, and see if we don't concede against Spurs. See if we don't concede against Spurs. Because North London derby don't matter about form, bro. Don't matter about form. I am done with this manager. And the reason I'm done with this manager, that I don't look at this manager when things are going good. I never said we're going to get relegated with this manager. I expect us to go on runs and challenge. He's shown that we're able to go on runs and challenge. My biggest question mark when it comes to this manager is when the pressure's on and things go sideways, what is your plan B? What is your plan B? When there's moments in a game where Arsenal are on top, are you going to put the opposition to the sword? Mas esse treinador é cobarde, viado, filho da puta que não sabe o que ele está a fazer. E eu já estou cansado de ver a mesma porcaria. Já estou cansado.
Sunderland 2, Arsenal 2. Drop points at the death has cost us our first bit of drop points for a little while now since that Manchester City game off the top of my head. Clean sheet record gone. Just matched, not broken. And yeah, frustrating end to what felt like a game which we were going to take advantage, capitalise again, like we have done over the weeks when the Ops are, dropping points. This was a massive chance for us to pick up 3 points at a ground that's not easy to go to against a team that's been, one of the better teams in the league across this season. If you look at expectation to reality, then you could say, the best team in the league at this moment in time, because the expectation for Sunderland was, a relegation battle. The way they've started this season, and credit to them, credit to them today. It's a weird game. It's a weird game because it feels like we should have won it. It also feels like Sunderland deserved to get something from it in the end. But I guess that's me looking at the game in patches. I think the way we sat back and got deeper and deeper throughout that second half, that cost us. I know our bench and the options we have are limited due to the attacking injuries, but I do feel like, listen, this is all in hindsight, And Arteta's done an incredible job so far this season in accumulating the record he just matched and, making us we've been such a unit for a while, but that unit has tightened up a lot. It's a time where they need to, considering the amount of injuries we've got in attack. But again, in hindsight, I'm looking at the way that second half panned and, taking Eze off from Mosquera. Eze wasn't having a great game. Cool, that's fair. Maybe bring on Nwaneri. Maybe bring on someone that, and I say someone, it's only really him or Dowman. And, both are teenagers. Both, not ideal to rely upon. But in the situation we're in, looking at the way that game panned out in the end, again, this is after the fact. So as much as it sounds like it's frustration. It's not me moaning, listen, it happens. The amount of injuries we got, it was around the corner, in my opinion.
The 25th of this month, which is 17 days from now, it'll be exactly 6 years I said this manager would do nothing with this football club. 1 month before the guy got the job. Cool. Make sure you're here on the 25th of November, because I'll be doing a long stream that night. 6-year anniversary of me saying he'll amount to nothing and take this club 5 years back. Cool. Ain't my fault your manager can't win. Ain't my fault you're sexually attracted to him. Ain't my fault they're all a bunch of ball jobs. Yeah? You want to hope and pray one of them two teams don't win tomorrow. You want to hope for a draw tomorrow. And even then, you want to hope after that, because this club have got a whole rap sheet of bottling. The manager has bottled 8-point lead. The manager has never caught anyone after being behind. But what did Conte do at Spurs? Finished above your manager in his first season when you were 4 points clear with 3 games to play. Cool. Crazy work, bruv. Yeah, I'm sick of these people. We're going to raid Northside in a second, yeah? We're going to raid Big North.
Match reaction time, you get me. Sunderland 2, Arsenal 2. And you can tell by the mood that the mood is down. You understand? On a weekend where Liverpool and Man City face each other at the Etihad, you know one of them two are going to drop points, blood. You understand? 2 of them could drop points, blood. Who knows? You get me? Could be a draw. Arsenal fans around the world are now praying for that draw, blood. You understand? Because the weekend where we were not supposed to drop points, we couldn't drop points, we have done that, blood. You get me? And now, you understand? It's not over. You get me? It's far from over. I'm not throwing in the towel, but this is a big missed opportunity to gain some more ground on the chasing pack. You understand? That first 55 minutes until we scored, we were absolutely trash. You get me? That was a lot like the Arsenal of old. You get me? We haven't seen this Arsenal for a while. You get me? We were getting bullied, losing the duels, second to everything, bro. You understand? They were winning the second balls. They were moving the ball better than us. They were retaining possession better than us. Their press was better than us. They were onto us, bro. Let's just say it as it is. The last 2 first half performances have been poor. You get me? Slavia Prague was poor until we scored. And then today was poor up until the second half. Mikhail Bloodclot Saka doing what he does. But you get me? Let's go back to that first goal. And the defending for that first goal was absolutely shocking, bro. You get me? It was piss poor defending all round. Rice, you get me? He had a poor game today. He picked it up in the second half. Majority of the players picked it up in the second half. But up until, like I said, we got the goal, there was really no standout player, blood. You get me? The only man that was actually looking capable of doing something was Trossard, but he was getting double up on. You get me? So he weren't getting no joy.
2, Arsenal 2, and that's a kick in the teeth when it's the last kick of the game, pretty much. But it's always difficult trying to give a fair assessment of a game straight after when there's been so much emotion involved. And we knew this game was going to be difficult. One of the reasons why it was going to be difficult was because we've lost so many of our attacking players. And today we faced a Sunderland side that are doing a lot better than anybody expected this season. They're a very good side, especially at the Stadium of Light. They've only conceded 8 goals. They were unbeaten. They're still unbeaten, at home. So it was always going to be difficult. So when you've got people sitting and saying 3-0, 4-0 and everything, give your head a wobble because you're an idiot. It's never going to happen. And especially the fact that we've got so many players missing in an attacking sense. Now, the first half, we were absolutely diabolical. That is right up there with one of the worst performances I've seen from us all season. Absolutely shocking. 1 shot on target, that was it. You look at the goal and it was so basic. It was a long ball pumped into the box from a free kick, and I'll get onto that free kick in a moment. We miss the first ball, we lose the second ball, and then we're asleep for the ball that's bouncing in and around the box. And it's a former Arsenal player, Dan Ballard, Hale End graduate, that goes and scores the goal. But let's talk about the free kick. Let's talk about the referee as a whole, because he was absolutely diabolical. I got no problem with teams being physical. I got no problem with teams wanting to try and rough us up. But at least let both sides do the same. You can't let one team rough the other up. And then the moment we respond, you blow your whistle. Every single time. You allowed it constantly, and it started within the first 10 minutes. When you allowed a blatant elbow in Mikel Moreno's face from across before the ball's even near them. But yet, you've missed it. VAR's not intervened. Nothing's been said. Why? Somebody explain to me why.
Come the end of the season, as much as anybody wants to say Sunderland is playing well right now, they're in the top 4 or in the Premier League right now. Come the end of the season, they're not going to be there and thereabouts. And right now, 2 points dropped, not 1 point gained. It doesn't matter that it's away from home. It doesn't matter that we came back from 1-0 down. We should have won this game. I am not happy. I am disappointed in the overall performance. But you know something? We need to do better. We need to do better in our attacking final third. We had numerous chances. to finish the game off, but we couldn't do it. Also, overall, if I look at why is there so much fireworks? What the hell? If I say one thing, today's bench was very weak, and the bench was very weak for a reason. A lot of players were out. A lot of players were not available. We knew this. We knew the starters needed to step up. We could not start off the way that we started off. We started off the game too respectful for Sunderland. Way too much respect for Sunderland in that first half. And you could tell by the statistics from the first half. But before we go any further, let me show you the lineup.
What a killer. Gutting. Embarrassing. Frustrating. Gutting because we've conceded. Embarrassing because Gabriel gets out-muscled. And frustrating because that was such a massive 3 points we needed this weekend. The biggest frustration for me was I'm not sure we actually deserve 3 points. Yes, Zubimendi hit the bar. Yes, we had other chances in the game. But if I'm honest with you, Sunderland bullied, battled right to the end, and it's probably a deserved draw, if I'm honest. Now, maybe watching it away from the game itself in terms of not being there, maybe people saw it differently. But I thought Sunderland battled. I thought Sunderland tried everything they could. And if I'm honest, I think they respected us. I think they come knowing that they needed to take something from it, and they have done. In the end, they've got away with a point. I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed because I felt like with bringing Mosquera on, we could probably try and see the game out, but we haven't managed to. Going with the three at the back, I really thought Arsenal would be able to do a professional job and get the job done, but it hasn't worked out that way. Team lineup, expected. Nothing shocked me. Expected to see Marino up front. Wasn't really anything we can do. In fact, we didn't have anything attacking on the bench other than 15-year-old Max Dowman and 18-year-old Ethan Wanieri. That was pretty much it, other than a 17-year-old Harriman Anus. I didn't expect to see any of them come on, and we didn't. I don't think Arsenal needed anything more in terms of that. I just felt like there was a frustration, really. Not saying we should have brought more subs on, not saying that we should have done anything differently. I thought we come to try and see out the victory, and unfortunately we weren't able to do that. That's the biggest frustration today. We move on to tomorrow now. Everyone will be looking at that game. I think if anyone wins that game, I think it's actually made it more massive for them now. I think it's put a little bit more pressure on both of those sides now. And I'm praying it's a draw so that we are honours even and we move into another international break being top of the tree by quite some distance. But let's be real, we should be taking 3 points at Sunderland. We should be. They're a good side. They need to be respected. They've signed unbelievable players. They've given absolutely their all. And I think they've been one of the best teams to watch so far this season, Sunderland, in terms of entertainment value. And when they have been attacking, I think they've been good to watch. But today I just felt Arsenal were just not quite themselves in the final third. I didn't think we created much. I think there was a couple of shots. Maybe we had the one from Marino that was blocked on the line. We had Zubimendi hit the bar. But other than that, was there anything clear-cut? Not really. I don't think we missed Gyökeres today. I don't think we missed any of the attack-minded players that were all coming back after the international break. But maybe it would have been quite nice to bring them on. Maybe Arteta could have done something with the subs. But if I'm honest with you, we saw some players that are knackered out there because we've had 3 hard away games with travel. But really, what else could we have done from the bench? I'm not going to give it to the manager today. This isn't going to be a meltdown.